Tag TV and Tag Radio be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. Tag TV, Tag Radio, there's a lot more to know. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by Globalspeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of Globalspeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions. Living your dream, following your bliss, taking little more than a napkin idea or a life's passion and turning it into a worldwide business. Even better, choosing where your business will be headquartered, the lifestyle, the community, and the convenience. But there's more, an infrastructure that's already in place that will support your dream, your bliss, your napkin idea, or your life's passion with one single purpose, and that's to help you make it a reality. Introducing the unexpected, Tag's high-tech, tech-enabled economic gardening initiative, has gone to the dogs. Or more correctly, the dogs have come to Tag's Garden for e-commerce, social marketing, and digital distribution outreach. Greetings, everyone. It's Tuesday, December 7, 2010, and this is Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. I'm your guest host, Frank Baia. Tech Talk visits Savannah in the rapidly growing and greater impactful Tag Economic Gardening Program as it extends the association's reach and resources, growing the tech industry and tech-enabled companies throughout the entire state. High-tech or advancing quick growth with the right tech-enabled resources that will make that growth sustainable. Enter Eric Zimmerman, a former Lehman Brothers executive and owner and founder of McKinley's Company, specializing in asset management. In a scream like the infamous movie Network, Eric opens up the windows of his imagination and yells. Okay, maybe he speaks very quietly to himself the words that almost all of us want to say. I'm fed up and I'm not going to take it anymore. Camera fades and pans across the country from Connecticut to Savannah, where we now see a very happy Eric, now the founder of Oliver Bentleys Limited, a purveyor of artesian premium canine products and a burgeoning rapid expansion of both the premium all-organic dog treats and an entire product line of signature products. From running with the wolves on Wall Street to the hottest barking bakery on Facebook and a growing worldwide online retail business, we learn how Tag's influences, resources, and resolve to show the state and the nation just how to grow tech-enabled startups in the doggonest business you could ever imagine, as we tech talk with the entrepreneur behind the vision that is making not only his dream a reality, but is also an economic catalyst for the state's growth, Eric Zimmerman, founder of OliverBentleys.com. Eric, welcome to Tech Talk.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, I think our audience has got to be more than curious when we talk about Oliver Bentleys and we're talking about the canine market. One's got to make somewhat of a leap to think about technology and tech-enabled companies. Why don't we start with what attracted you to Tag in the first place?
Yeah, that's a good question. You're dealing with a market of dog treats and premium dog products. Where's the technology in that? I guess what first attracted me to Tag was my local rep, Lisa Ballard. She was very, very persistent in communicating to me the leverage I could have, or the access to information, everything from logistics to website optimization, direct marketing, etc. It was actually all very attractive to me for a few different reasons. First, in this sitting in Little Savannah, Georgia, and you can hear one of our employees in the background.
A member of the board of directors, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, that's the bodyguard for the mascot. We're here at the company showroom in Savannah. So what I was going to say was, in Little Savannah, how do you broaden your marketing? How do you broaden your opportunity to sell your product? And that all roads lead to the internet. Mm-hmm. All roads lead to technology. So, and lastly, I being a small company, I don't know if I could actually afford the equivalent amount and level of private consulting in all those different specialties. Tag's mission was its deliverables were really attractive to me.
For some of our members, they're going to find it interesting that you spent most of in fact, probably your entire career in asset management and Wall Street, and actually run and own your own company doing that kind of business. I got to ask, how did you go, and this might be a little bit corny, from running with the Wolves on Wall Street to running with, let's say, the Cavalier King Charles and founding Oliver Bentleys and now marketing organic artesian dog treats?
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, I guess like a lot of things in life, there's no necessarily one flashpoint or lightning bolt that occurred. There was sort of a culmination of events. First, as a backdrop, I've always had a leaning toward natural, healthy eating, and I noticed for my dogs, I have a black lab and a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, I noticed that the majority of dog treats out there were cutesy and they were nice, and some had some nutritional benefits, but really weren't substantial or for, say, canine digestion. And I was sort of lacking in what I was looking for. And you put that aside and you recognize the fact that being in asset management for almost 20 years, in 2008, basically had with the debacle of Lehman Brothers and Merrill Lynch and Wachovia and some of those other poor firms that had such trouble, caught an early 40s sort of awakening. I looked in the mirror and said to myself, what are you really doing? And it's interesting how one event can spark another event.
What an incredible blessing, though. I mean, you obviously ended up in you say Little Savannah, but I think anybody in Georgia and all of our listening audience know how beautiful and how incredibly unique that city is and the atmosphere and living there, and then following your dream. I mean, you're following your bliss, and that sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So as a asset manager, I'm sure you dove right into the business operations or projections of the situation. Did you identify a niche in the canine market, and what area of the market does Oliver Bentleys actually try to occupy?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess first and foremost, high-quality, human-grade ingredient, hand-baked, small batches. That's how we make our dog treats, all organic ingredients, and definitely gluten-free. No wheat, no corn, no soy. I spent almost 2 years, sort of nights and weekends, around 2008 and 2009, doing research in canine cancer, canine digestion, canine allergies, and cobbled together a list of ingredients that were really substantial and beneficial for canine digestion. I then went to Amazon and bought a bunch of cookbooks for dog treats and realized that most of the treats out there don't have these ingredients in it. So the first niche is just high-quality, human-grade ingredients. Second, we deliver our artisanal treats in nice quality, almost keepsake packaging. For us, we package our hand-stamped Ollie B biscuits in tins. The tins, as I say, was a little corny. We're trying to get dog treats out of the cupboard and out of the counter. And a nice tin is presentable on a kitchen counter, and I think anybody would be happy to have that out, and that's what we're trying to do.
Well, by the sounds of things, and again, continuing to do some of these corny comments about running with wolves and dealing with dog treats, I guess listening to you actually do develop these things from scratch. You actually created your own formulas and recipes. You know what's so funny is that it's all about distribution. It's all about getting the leveraging of the broadband capabilities of the Internet. Obviously, people also have to realize, and a lot of our listeners and members do, that you need a core competency. You need good, sound business acumen and an understanding of the marketplace. Sounds like you keep a pretty keen eye on innovating and know a lot about brand building. With the base of being always producing top-quality products. So, I mean, what's next for Oliver Bentleys' brand, and where do you go? Do you have a plan for what's next for Ollie B? Yeah,
as a brand, we're making a footprint in high-quality, premium deliverable. In this case, it's organic dog treat. Now, beyond that, with the different branding, we've developed a plaid pattern and some company icons. I've been doing a lot of research and trying to take what is seemingly common, in the first case, a dog biscuit, and making it a little more high-end, a little more unique. We're looking at leashes and beds and collars and dog vests. we have some interesting things in the works. Actually, dealing with the U.S. Patent Department right now, so I can't say too much. But we took a lot of time to develop what we call our Ali B biscuit, and we're taking an equal amount of time to develop some of our other products, being leashes and collars and things like that. So,
getting some information about what you're doing down there. I understand that you've been involved with Facebook for some period of time. I'm sure you're aware of what's happened over the weekend in announcing the new website, but I understand you got quite a following on Facebook.
Yeah. Again, I guess your product is your product, be it a widget or be it a dog treat. It's all about exposing that to the public. And brick and mortar will get you foot traffic in your local area, but Facebook gets us foot traffic globally of over 5,000 fans. My top 5 cities where I have the most fans for Ali B biscuits are Rome, and that's Italy, not Georgia, Zagreb, Croatia, Athens, that's Greece, not Georgia, Ivrea, as well as Brussels and Manchester, and we have a few others. But the first U.S. city is actually Atlanta, and it's number 8 on the list.
That's amazing. Well, I think a lot of our listeners are, one of the things we talk about every once in a while on our program is the speed of innovation and change and the semantics to keep up with it, to really describe the kind of things that are happening now. And really what we're identifying here is a classic example of how an individual can really locate almost anywhere in the world, specifically where you want to, develop a dream idea and start it from scratch, and then be able to use what we call digital marketing campaigns, using and leveraging the digital environment of the broadband communication network and marketing all over the world. I think it's a perfect example of what entrepreneurism is looking like now and is going to look like in the future. Go into a little bit about the economic gardening program. What has the economic program that you are participating in right now? What have they actually produced for you, and how have they helped you create reaction and response?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I see. There's been a couple different silos of activity, and in no particular order. One of the silos of activity was one of the consultants out west helped us identify. We did demographic research by zip code, looking for our ideal client. I know from Facebook and some of the analytics that my ideal client is a certain income level, a certain educational level, has a certain leaning toward all natural eating and the alike. And not everyone's going to be my client, and we understand that. So one of the silos of activity was to cobble together a list by zip code and by demographic here in the U.S. of what would be a short list of my ideal markets. And really quantify that, not just say instinctively, well, anybody who lives in Greenwich, Connecticut probably has money and has dogs, so I should market to Greenwich, Connecticut. But it was a little more in-depth than that. And that produced a really top-quality list that I'll be using for direct marketing for probably years to come. Beyond that, search engine keyword optimization has been something that's been on my mind since the beginning of opening up our website, and that's an ongoing process. You're never done with that, and we've had a lot of help with that, as well as identifying publications and trade shows, other ways to get the product to market through wholesale distribution, not just directly to the consumer. So those are just 3 quick examples of different silos of activity that any one of those, I don't know if I had the expertise here in Savannah, and if I did, I don't know if I could have afforded it in terms of paying for that type of quality consulting. So it's been great.
Well, Oliver Bentleys Limited. What's the URL if anyone wants to come online and check out some of the products and maybe actually order some? I'm thinking it's going to be a great idea from gift giving at Christmas time. As crazy as it sounds.
Yeah, with our company colors being nice, warm, chestnut and chocolate colors, and then the company plaid that we developed, it just screams Yuletide. It does. So it's real simple. It's Oliver Bentleys, that's with an S, .com, and the Facebook page is the same. We're giving free shipping here for holidays, and we've had a great. In fact, you may hear some procurement and going on in the background here. We're shipping today tins to Virginia, California, Vancouver, Washington, Orlando, Florida, and a couple other places. So, yeah, we have free shipping all over the U.S.
Well, I'm going to suppose, and I haven't had a chance to look at the website, but I did read some of the background information about the story about Oliver Bentley. And so I would invite our listeners to go to the website, oliverbentley.com. I'm going to assume you're going to tell a little bit of that tale on your website. And so we'll tease them with that. You're going to want to find out where the name came because it's kind of an interesting story. And also take a look at some of the – I know I am. I mentioned to you earlier I actually have a Cavalier King Charles myself, so I'm going to take a look at it and order some of that product myself. We've been talking to Eric Zimmerman, president, founder, and actual scratch creator of Oliver Bentleys, coming live from Savannah. Thank you so much, Eric, for joining us today on Tech Talk.
Well, thank you.